Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us from, and a very, very warm welcome to the 2025 Google Cloud DORA Awards ceremony. My name is Allison Park, and it's an absolute pleasure to kick things off here today. We're here to celebrate you, our incredible customers, and your outstanding achievements, your dedication, your work, everything you do every single day. So the commitment you show to improving your teams and your organizations, which is what DORA is all about, is truly inspiring. And we're so excited to shine the spotlight on your success with all these stories this year. So congratulations. So I am not alone today in sharing this stage. I have Ryan and Nathan joining us. So let me give the mic to Ryan and Nathan to introduce themselves.
Hey, good day, friends. I think I see a few familiar faces on the call. For those of you that I haven't met, my name is Ryan J. Salva. I lead product teams over at Google, inclusive of our developer tools, services, our developer onboarding, SDKs. But a good part of my job is really thinking about engineering culture, developer productivity, and how we really get better as an industry at adopting all of these shiny new toys that we're given each year. So it's a pleasure to see you all, and a pleasure to be here to honor like a bunch of folks who are also thinking about continuous improvement. Nathan.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. And hello, everyone. My name is Nathan Harvey. I lead up DORA here within Google Cloud. I honestly couldn't be more happy to be here celebrating with you today. Looking over all of the submissions that we got for these awards, I was absolutely blown away. And I can't wait to get to the details of those.
Thank you. So as I mentioned, I'm Allison Park. I am a product marketing manager for DORA and serverless here at Google Cloud, and have been emailing with all of you on your award and our story here today. So thank you, every single one of you who replied and have been part of this journey.
Listen, the reason that we invest in DORA as an industry and as Google is really to learn from others. Because we're all navigating a tremendous amount of change. We're all trying to do the best for our teams and for our businesses. And the way that we learn is through other people's success, other people's failures, other people's lived experience. And so one of the reasons that I'm particularly excited about the categories that we're about to kind of enumerate here and celebrate is because each one of these is a story of your success, a story that I find myself referencing in customer conversations, in conversations with my own team, on stages, literally around the globe, talking about, hey, here's someone who encountered a problem and really thought hard about how to fix it, how to address it with their team, whether it was around team culture, whether it was around improving actual developer experience there at the keyboard, whether it was about navigating kind of an AI transformation. There are all these different dimensions that we all have to tackle. And so as we head into this year's kind of award categories, I think, I encourage each one of us, not just to feel a tremendous amount of pride in having won an award, but also to take a moment to stop and listen to the stories behind each one of these categories, because each one of them is a story of a team overcoming a significant engineering challenge. And I encourage each one of you to bring those stories back to your team, back to your colleagues, back to your peers in the industry, so that we can all collectively get better. And next year, when we go and have this same kind of like ceremony again, the same kind of conversation again, that we're all not just looking at the same categories again and hearing kind of like people overcoming the exact same challenges, but we're looking at the next evolution of challenges so we can all get better from year to year to year to year. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nathan and Allison. to go through the winners for this year's DORA Awards.
I feel like I should have added a drum beat here, but I don't have it. So this year's winners
Like I can do.
are.
I don't know if the mic picked that up. I beat on the table.
Thanks, Ryan. 13 winners. Congratulations. I am not going to name, you can see them. What we're going to be doing is going through each one story one by one. So I won't name all of them, but I believe most, if not all, of our customers are here right now. So congratulations. It was a tough decision this year because we've had so many great stories and customers who apply for our DORA Awards. We know that it takes quite a bit of time to put your story together to submit for these awards. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart for all the effort that you've put in. And again, congratulations. And we will go through each and every one, and it is by alphabetical order of the category. So there is no, it is not, that's the order that we put in and not anything else. So the very first one is Elasticsearch, winning in the category of architecting for the future with AI. So congratulations. Their challenge was that they were growing so much. And so as the data volume grows, their workloads became very demanding. And they saw an opportunity to reimagine this for the broader set of users. And it became the largest engineering initiative in Elastic's history. So their solution was to create Elastic Cloud Serverless with Google's products, GCE, GKE, GCS, and Vertex AI, and so much measurable impact. So 40% year-over-year growth on GCP. The automation and optimized cloud resource utilization reduced operational expenses by 20%, reduced their compute-related carbon footprint by an estimated of 25%, changed lead time, which is one of the measurements from DORA, averages around 8 hours with an average of 25 code releases per day, and change failure rate averages 1%, which is a great number. So if anyone from Elastic is on and would like to say a word, and this goes for all of our stories, as I am speaking, please feel free to raise your hand and we will unmute you for you to say a few words. If not, which is fine and you can be shy, we will move on to the next one. Yes, go for it.
Yeah, hey everyone. My name is Yuvraj. I'm representing Elastic. So I think what Alison mentioned is kind of like the true set of how we have been able to apply the DORA principles to improve our software delivery, which also helps us to kind of like grow as our business is growing. And I think especially in this category, we have been using a lot of AI-driven diagnostics and AI-assisted anomaly detections that have really helped us kind of like lower the fill rates, drastically reduce the MTTR, which kind of like goes back directly to the key DORA metrics that we kind of like use and influence our internal aspects. And this also could not have been possible without Google's support, because we are working very closely with Google on AI integrations, which has been demonstrated by Elastic being the first ISV which is directly integrated into the Vertex AI, right? So it's a close collaboration as well as helping taking guidance from the DORA principles to ensure that we are building something that helps us grow our business operationally.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again. And I will hand it over to Nathan to announce our next winner.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And next up, augmenting human expertise with AI. Congratulations to IKS Health. This is one of the things that I love about this story is kind of IKS's aha moment. They were thinking about how do they help the clinicians in their system do better. And their first thought was, I know what we can do. We can give them more tooling. And if we give them more tooling, they'll do better, right? Well, the realization that they had is that people don't actually want more tooling. They just want things that are simple. And and almost as if the technology disappears. And so you can see that we've highlighted that here in their quote, simplicity and invisibility of technology were the real innovations in the AI human hybrid model. I think that is such a powerful message that as technologists, we sometimes get caught up in the great technology that we're building and deploying. But remembering who our users are and what really serves them is a great reminder for us. And if we can make the technology disappear and just make their lives better, all the better. And in a place where we're worrying and helping with human health, this is so awesome. And boy, look at that measurable impact. Deployment frequency increased by over 1,000%. Wow. From once a month to 3 to 4 times a week. What a journey. And while they're doing that, the whole debate of speed versus stability, I think, goes away. Look at their change failure rate. It was 83%. 83%. And then it got down to less than 2%. So that they've increased their deployment frequency by 1,000% and decreased their change failure rate by almost 80%. Congratulations to IKS Health. And as Allison mentioned, if someone is here from IKS and would like to say some words, no pressure at all, but just raise your hand and we'll let you come off of mute to do so.
So this is Amdesh. I'm representing IKS Health. So thank you.
Excellent. Hey, congratulations so much.
Thank you so much. On behalf of IKS, I am honored to accept the DORA DevOps Award. So this recognition reflects our team's dedication to transform healthcare through technology and freeing our healthcare practitioner to focus on patient care rather than documentation. So with the help of Google, like all the services, whatever provided by the Google, like GKE and all the serverless components, so we have achieved our deployment frequency on day by day. So so thank you so much for continuous support and collaboration with Google.
Awesome. Thank you. And I want to correct something that I said. I said that your change fail rate was 83%. That was a complete lie. You decreased your change fail rate by about 83%. So it was 12% and it dropped down to 3%. That's still a remarkable improvement. And I'm glad to correct my mistake because you were never at 83% change failure rate. So once again, congratulations on winning that award. And I'm going to hand things back to Allison for our next category.
And our next category is developer productivity and velocity. And our winner is Exabeam. And again, very similar to IKS, where their learning aha moment was that AI is most effective when it is augmented with the skills of talented engineers. And I think everyone on this call and everyone at Google will agree to that statement. So their challenge was key business challenges included slow manual review processes, inconsistent test coverage, and while previously hindered development velocity. So I think that might be a lot of organizations, as they're growing, have very similar challenges. And their solution was to modernize their development cycle with the help of products like Gemini Code Assist, Vertex AI, BigQuery ML, and put that directly into the GitHub process, GitHub-based CI/CD pipeline. So their impact, which I think, and that's what's remarkable about all of these stories, is that lead time for changes decreased from 2 days to 8 hours. Mean time to recovery improved from 2 hours to 1 hour. And change failure rate remained low, supported by AI-driven consistency checks and automation verification, and maintained a high frequency of 5 deployments per day with greater stability, which I think is a key metric there. So I think we have Exabeam on the call, please unmute and please have share a few words.
Hi, this is Vinayak, everyone representing Exabeam. We also have Riley. We are honored to be recognized for this award. I think Exabeam, we provide a AI-driven cybersecurity platform, and speed matters a lot, right? So I think the goal for engineering was to, hey, can I reduce repetitive work, speed up development, and for leadership, it's like, hey, how can I scale software delivery, right? So that's where the Gemini helped improve code quality, speed up development. Like the numbers show here, the lead times were decreased from 2 days to 8 hours. And overall, developers are very satisfied in terms of using this tool, becoming more productive, and they can focus more on feature developments. I just want to say thanks to the awesome Google team, a special shout out to the Gemini code assisting. Yeah. Riley, you want to say a few things? Riley is on the call, I think.
Nothing for me, Vinyak. Thank you.
Sure.
All right.
And
Well,
I
once
will
again,
hand it over to Nathan.
yeah, once again, congratulations to Exabeam. Next up, we have Embracing Artificial Intelligence. And this award goes to both Wayfair and Buildkite, who are working together with Google Cloud to drive a lot of really great experiences here. And this is a really interesting story because, you know, we think about friction happening throughout the software delivery lifecycle. And one of the places where friction really happens is while developers are sitting around waiting for builds to complete. And I love this story from Wayfair because they identified that as an issue and really leaned in to help fix that. They saw that their biggest gains came from not just detecting build failures faster, but from reducing the effort required to fix them. So yes, when something goes wrong, we want to know about that as quickly as possible, but providing great insights into how to fix and recover from that was really what drove this solution. You can see here in their solution that they developed a Gen AI-powered CI/CD intelligence system using a custom RAG pipeline that combines Buildkite logs with MCP metadata and historical failure data. This way, when there is a failure, you can hand that failure off to an engineer with more context and understanding, maybe even some pointers towards what they can fix. So they decreased their time to recover from a failed build by 58%, from 26 minutes down to 11 minutes. And when the CI broke in the past, it took sometimes 30 minutes to repair that broken build. And we know from DORA that, you know, one of the strongest things you can do to help with your change lead time is to make sure that when the build breaks, fixing it becomes a top priority. Well, now Wayfair, with the help of Buildkite, is able to fix those breaks in less than 5 minutes. And they're also seeing real results in that. Reducing friction means that their CI loops, how many times do they have to try to build each product, goes from four loops through this process with multiple breaks potentially down to just 1 or 2. And this is driving a huge improvement across their teams. And I also love to point out this fact that they're actually talking to their developers. As you think about improving developer experience, I'm a strong believer that you can't improve developer experience without talking to developers. You can see here that they're doing just that. And the NPS, the Net Promoter Score, increased from a 4.8 to 8.2. That's a huge increase in Net Promoter Score in the developer experience, quantifiable metrics there. And that includes an 80% reduction in context switching. Congratulations to the folks from Wayfair and Buildkite on winning this award, Embracing Artificial Intelligence.
So I'll hop in here, Matt Ferrari. Thank you all. So I lead our platforms organization across Wayfair. Very grateful, not only to the Google team, but Buildkite, as well as actually all award winners. This is actually quite inspirational, and candidly, I wouldn't be surprised if I steal some of this work. But really grateful. If you think back to the market problem, you know, Wayfair has 5,000-6,000 tagged applications across the ecosystem, about 20 years of building its own code. And so really wanted to focus on how can we leverage Gen AI to build out stronger CI/CD intelligent platform and proactively have some actionable fixes, whether that is doing things like Vertex AI matching, whether that is looking at models that are deployed at private endpoints for low latency, et cetera, et cetera. And so you think about some of the tools and technologies that we've used across, Gemini Pro with, 1 million tokens tuned for log parsing and CI/CD failure diagnostics, to IDEs like Cursor and JetBrains, just as 2 examples for real-time feedback. And so a lot going on behind the scenes here, but ultimately this is really around how can we get features out to customers and suppliers faster and more accurately. And so very, very grateful for the partnership here. Pushkar, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, for sure. So I just want to take through scale quickly. So we run let's say 25,000 plus builds daily. Parallelly, we have 1,000 plus builds running almost every hour. So at that scale, this problem becomes pretty tricky. And that's where, to give you some context, we were able to process 2.5 million plus historical logs using Gemini Pro 2.5 model we used with our own endpoints. And that's kind of gave us low latency recommendations, and then getting it, MCP came into the picture, and then tying RAG and MCP together did magic for us. And that's where we are able to get all the results, measurable impacts. So thank you, Google team. And with Buildkite, thank you so much for bringing features. We needed this initiative to be successful for giving us a quick annotation feature. That was super helpful. So that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations again. And we will move on to our next winner, who is Honeywell in the category of enterprise scale transformation. So Honeywell, as I think everybody knows the name Honeywell, any large company will have this challenge of lack of visibility into developer productivity and software quality. And I think that's inclusive of small and big, but a lot of our large organizations have this problem. So their primary objective was to adopt AI capabilities in order to solve some of the challenges, including this visibility, including manual reporting processes and inconsistent DevOps maturity across all of their teams. And they used DORA metrics in order to solve some of those problems. So the solution was AI-powered engineering intelligence. So the solution involved introducing Google Vertex AI, GitHub Copilot, and build their framework upon DORA. And the solution provided comprehensive visibility into software development performance. They used Opsera's unified insights in order to gather all those insights. And we know that a lot of our customers not just use Google Cloud, we know that, but all of our other partner solutions and DORA. And I think that's the power of DORA, is that DORA does not just promote Google Cloud, although we are part of Google Cloud. We promote all of our other all of the tools and our partner solutions out there for you to get better at what you're doing better. So I think this is a great example of that. So the impact was a 32% reduction in lead time for change, which is amazing. Their deployment frequency increased by twice, which is, I can't even imagine how much more productive these engineers became. Mean time to restore improved by 30%, and change failure rate decreased to less than 15%, averaging around 7 to 10%, which for large organizations, these numbers are amazing. So if anyone from Honeywell is on, please do raise your hand to say a few words. And yes, Ranjit.
Yep, thanks, Alison, and good morning, good evening, everyone. So Ranjit here, and on behalf of Honeywell, I'm honored to accept this award in the enterprise scale transformation category. Now, all of this, the outcomes are there for all of you to see, and this wouldn't have been possible without the strong leadership, which was transformative and very inspiring from Sheila Jordan, our Chief Digital Technology Officer, and Suresh Venkatraylu, our Chief Technology Officer. And I want to call out Anil and Sujit. Your leadership, they're on the call, and your leadership made this scale possible, right? And now this success, would have not been possible without our extended team and all of our incredible partners, which is Google, GitHub, Opsera, which helped us navigate this complex transformation. So With the outcomes that you see on the screen, we empowered over 4,800 developers with real-time DORA insights. We unified our DevSecOps platforms and practices, bringing in whole enterprise-level convergence, and which also enabled us to embed GenAI across our entire engineering. So special thank you to DORA and mostly Nathan for championing this movement, helping us along this journey. And yeah, I would like to dedicate this to every Honeywell engineer, every leader, and every partner who made this transformation real. Yeah. Thank you so much, Alison and Nathan. Thank you.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And I before we move on, I just want to point out one thing that I think is super important in your aha moment. You realized that it was important to look at the DORA metrics, not at a team level, but rather at a product level, because every product is supported by multiple teams, and that really helps. So congratulations on this great work, and thank you for the partnership and the partnership with Apsara. It's been really fun watching this transformation evolve. All right, Next up, we have going beyond the 4 keys with Moloco. Congratulations to Moloco. They invested in a real-time FinOps platform. It's really pretty incredible to see what they're doing here, because this is about, we oftentimes think of DORA as being used for, traditional software. Moloco is showing us that the 4 keys, these DORA measurements, number one, are readily accessible and valuable regardless of the type of technology that you're delivering. And so Moloco has a lot of focus on building out an AI ML platform. And you can see that their ML training time has sped up over 10 times. The training costs, they've reduced that by 4x. These are absolutely incredible numbers. And they all are in support of Moloco's 10x revenue growth, which of course creates amazing opportunities, but also scaling challenges. And they're really able to rise to those challenges by using the 4 keys to help, but recognizing that the 4 keys alone are certainly not enough. You've got to go deeper than that and to really drive those transformations. So congratulations to Moloco for going beyond the 4 keys.
Yes, so our next award category is improving developer experience, which I'm sure every one of you would recognize as one of your key goals. And the winner of this category is Delivery Hero. So congratulations. So Delivery Hero's challenge was tackling the code review process, in which the biggest thing that stood out to me was that they did this through their DevX surveys. So doing surveys within your organization, which I know that within DORA, whenever we present to our customers, we say, take our DORA metrics, take our survey, and use that customize it and use that with your engineers to see. Because we do a very comprehensive, more general survey. You can tailor that to your organization and your teams. And I love that that Delivery Hero did that and found those challenges and tackled that with Google Gemini Code Assist GitHub app. And what they were able to do is create this tailored extension of DORA metrics to take weekly snapshot of key performance indicators. And with that, they were able to get 1.6% decrease in dissatisfaction of quality and speed of code reviews in just 36 days. I think that's the key important part, is that they were able to do this very quickly with Gemini. And the anticipated improvement from the team is to aim for at least 5% increase in developer satisfaction and a reduction in code review time as the tool is adopted more widely. So fostering this culture of change with the team, listening to the developers and making their experiences better, I think is what makes this Delivery Hero story stand out. So if anyone from Delivery Hero is on, please unmute. And yes, and have a say a few words about your team.
Sure thing. I'm Matt. I'm representing my amazing company, Delivery Hero, today. I'm a principal software engineer. And early last year, with the vision of our CTO, we formed a close collaboration with Google and formed this dev community initiative and started exploring and experimenting with the new tooling and augmenting them to the standard or de facto frameworks, including DORA. And it's actually an honor to be working at an enterprise where we have a dedicated tech foundations team, like a vertical, and an ever-growing developer productivity team. As Alison mentioned, we have developer experience surveys. We're really listening to our developers, and we're taking actions. Although there are challenges with respect to the distributed nature of our organization, it is fabulous to feel the support to aim always better for our tech heroes, I would say, to bring better solutions to our customers. And thanks to whole Delivery Hero family, our Google friends, and of course, the DORA community.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Delivery Hero. Well done. Well done. All right, let's move on to our next category, which is leveraging loosely coupled teams. And this is an incredible story from TBC Bank. And TBC Bank really recognized the opportunity and the necessity for a true cultural transformation. Oftentimes, as engineers, we think about loosely coupled architecture. And, you know, an architecture is exactly a reflection of the makeup of your teams. And so TBC Bank, in order to improve their time to market, really took this to heart and went through a big transformation. They started by decoupling their software development team squads and organizing them around products. This, I think, is a huge benefit to everyone. If we're organized by product, we can really think about the customers that we're trying to serve, and we can all be focused on this same goals for these customers. They introduced agile, iterative workflows. Their software architecture was modernized, including re-engineering legacy systems into microservices and full automation of their continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines and testing, and they started collecting DORA metrics. This is really incredible. It definitely is not easy work. Don't let anyone be fooled by that. This is difficult work, but it is so worth it. And you can see that it is worth it in some of their results. Deployment frequency increasing by 600%. That is absolutely incredible. Change lead times reduced from 6 months to just 4.5 days. Thinking back on all of what we've talked about today with the developer experience, imagine you're a developer and you submit a change to go to production, and 6 months later it lands in production. Imagine that. And now it's just taking 4.5 days. What a tremendous improvement. And frankly, that probably would not have been possible without this loose coupling of teams and architecture. Because the reason a change takes 6 months to get into production is because of all the high coordination costs and how everything has to be aligned just right. So congratulations to TBC Bank. We're really proud of the work that you've done here. This is incredible. Congratulations on leveraging loosely coupled teams.
Hi everyone. I'm Bidzina, CIO at TBC Bank, representing whole TBC team here, of course. First of all, I want to thank the DORA team for doing this super valuable research every year. And thank you so much for this award, which is really great honor and at the same time recognition for our team. And I want to congratulate and say many thanks to our team and to our partners for making this possible. So thank you. And we are eager to accomplish more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Allison, over to you for our next category.
Yes, our next category is nurturing team culture. And the winner is Commerzbank. So congratulations, Commerzbank, on nurturing team culture. And their challenge was to need to meet increasing customer expectations for digital services, which is, I think, for any customers now, all of our in-person, any experiences have to be mimicked on digital, if not better on digital. And because, as probably for TBC Bank, because it is in the financial industry, there's more increasing security threats and evolving regulations, and those were all the challenges. So Commerzbank had a phased approach to tackling this with assessing capabilities, guided pilot teams, which is, I think, what made this story stand out was that they did this with smaller teams and listening to those teams. And as you see in the aha moment, it says that topics that seemed to provide the biggest benefits were smaller topics. So if you listen to your teams and hear what they have to say and what's important to them, it's not these big projects that move mountains, but it's these smaller projects together that is what moves mountains together, and not something that is top down, but more bottoms up from each team. So that's what made this story stand out. And of course, their impact was 60% acceleration in pull request processes, 50% reduction in average code time review, and test coverage per component improved from 47% to 75% for one specific team. So congratulations, Commerzbank. If anyone from Commerzbank is on the call, please unmute and tell us a little bit about your team. And if not, we can move on to...
I'm here. I would say a few
Yes.
words. Thanks, Alison. I'm Luca
Thank you.
from the IT strategy team at Commerzbank. I want to say thank you to Google for supporting us throughout this whole journey. And also want to say thank you for the award on behalf of the teams that were involved in the, let's say, improvement efforts. So what we did was we piloted the DORA assessment with a couple of business units to get a feeling of where we stand. And then, narrowed it down and really worked with teams to improve the DORA capabilities, which was supported by Google engineers that really worked with the teams and guided them through the process. And currently, we're in the process of seeing how we can potentially scale this across the whole organization. So thank you again for everything you do, and really looking forward to how this will continue with us. Thank you.
Awesome. Once again, congratulations. All right, next up in our categories, we have operational excellence and automation. Raise your hand if you've ever been on call before. I know I certainly have, and woken up at 3 a.m. is never fun. Well, LiveRamp looked at some of what they were doing and wanted to help their on-call professionals have a much better life experience and work experience. And in the meantime, they wanted to boost developer productivity while also making sure that they were keeping the lights on, like meeting the SLAs that they had set out for. And what they ended up doing was they developed a multi-layer on-call automation solution that utilized Google Cloud to streamline the workflows and reduce a lot of toil. It's pretty cool. They use Vertex AI to predict JIRA ticket assignments using historical data, Gemini Pro to support complex ticket resolutions. They had integrations with Slack and automation just across all of the tickets that they saw coming in and their monitoring systems so that they could immediately address any failures. This really required combining advanced automation, personalized context integration, and real-time feedback mechanisms. But look at that impact. That first bullet just, it astounds me. 435% year-over-year increase on on-call hours saved, saving 741.7 hours free by automation in a single quarter. I suspect that the on-call engineers, the SREs, the developers across LiveRamp are feeling much better rested today than they did before this was put into place. This is really great to see with faster issue resolution, reduced manual toil, improved collaboration, and cost savings. Congratulations to LiveRamp for your operational excellence and automation. And do we have anyone? Yes, go ahead.
Yes. My name is Ramnik, and I'm here representing LiveRamp for this recognition and award. LiveRamp is leading the data collaboration platform, and we do have a lot of investment in terms of operational calls, on call, and from engineering side. So this solution really helped us remove that manual processes. As simple as like so many support team asking request for product and engineering team, and those getting answered by Slackbot, which is internally linked with the Gemini, as well as our other Glean app and all. So clearly a big difference. Repetitive work is automated, team feel much better, and those hours saved here are actually getting invested into the real work, which is productive development. So net, I would like to thank DORA team for this award and recognition, Cloud team for our GCP Cloud team for the close collaboration, and with all the tooling, we run multiple PSO engagement with the group over there, and that has been super helpful in terms of knowing what's possible, and then also making it in implementation and execution. And finally, really grateful to be here, listening stories from all the other winners and partners here. So very, very inspirational. And I'm taking notes, so many actions for us to take as learning from here. So thank you.
Congratulations again. And let's go to our next winner. In the category of scaling AI transformation, and our winner is Vodafone. And I do want to say one thing about Vodafone is that they are a repeat winners. They won an award last year, and usually when customers win or teams win awards twice in again within DORA, we give them a award called continuous. Nathan, remind me. Continuous improvement with DORA.
Yes.
Yeah. But after reading Vodafone's story, we said, actually, their story is a little much more than just continuous improvement. It's a transformation. So we created a category called Scaling AI Transformation for Vodafone. And Vodafone's story is about their AI Booster 2.0 that was supposed to address fragmented AI practices and inconsistent governance, which I think all of you would know that any large organization like Vodafone may have, because there are so many different teams might be doing the same thing or doing different, working on different products, but you do want to be consistent with your tooling and your practices and your DevOps processes. So that's why they launched AI Booster 2.0. And the unique feature of AI Booster 2.0 was this multi-vendor Gen AI architecture. So again, this is where we come in from DORA, that it's not all about just one solution, but it's putting together multiple solutions from different vendors and putting that together to meet your needs. So some of the Google Cloud products that was built on is Vertex AI, Agent Builder, Cloud Build, and Cloud Run, but also other solutions that make up this feature of multi-vendor Gen AI architecture. So the impact is great. 80% reduction in lead time, from 20 weeks to 2 weeks, which I cannot even imagine. I think Nathan mentioned it. Waiting 20 weeks versus 2 weeks. Over 60,000 manual hours were eliminated. Change failure rate was lower considerably. And the platform supports 60 plus traditional AI ML use cases and more than 25 Gen AI use cases, which I think all of you will, that resonates, that we have so many different use cases within our organizations with AI and Gen AI and AI ML and all of the things that are popping up these days. But in order to support all of that, you need a platform that is resilient, that can support all of our teams, but also make sure that all of the teams are working together, but can move fast. So congratulations, Vodafone, on scaling AI transformation. And if anyone from Vodafone is on, please unmute and say a few words, please.
Sure. Thank you very much, Alison. So hello, everyone. I'm Ashish Vijayavargiya. I'm representing this fantastic engineering team in Vodafone, who have developed this our strategic platform in collaboration with Google. So as Alison mentioned, right, there is a long partnership between Vodafone and Google, and we have been working primarily on the data and AI space since long. Okay, and this one of the platform, one of the capability out of many that we are talking about today here, which is basically enabling AI and machine learning at scale across the organization. Yeah. So knowing this, how huge this organization across the multiple countries, across the geography, right? I mean, you can imagine like how different solution each country is building and how much their investment they are doing. Okay, and that's where this platform brings that strategic capability as a single solution, which ensures our GDPR requirements, responsible AI requirements, and scaling for the deployment of the machine learning models and the Gen AI use cases. So imagine if you have an idea, you can quickly get this platform provision with all those components, design, security architecture, privacy requirements, all are addressed, and you're just ready to start your experimentation. And once your experimentation is done and you think that you want to productionize it, you quickly use the CI/CD, DevOps, DevSecOps, all the capabilities to promote from experimentation to the production environment, right? And that's where we talk about the horizontal scalability as well, because if something we build for one local market, for one country, how we can reuse those models for the other local markets as well. Okay, and that's where the horizontal scalability, again through CI/CD, DevOps, and everything, we are able to promote across the organization. And that's what we are trying to scale across the organization. That's how we are trying to accelerate our Gen AI and machine learning adoption across the organization. So yeah, thank you very much for this recognition, and thank you to DORA team and DORA community for this continuous support that you have been giving us so far, and looking forward to continue to collaborate and working in this direction with you. So thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, thank you and congratulations. I recognize that we are at the end of our scheduled time, but we've got a couple more to go. This is just so exciting. I hope that you're all able to stick around for a few more minutes while we continue to celebrate these amazing accomplishments. And speaking of amazing accomplishments, next up we have, let's see if I can click the button properly, scaling improvement throughout your organization. And this award goes to Visma. Now, Visma is an organization that has grown in large part through acquisition. Visma brings on new software companies all the time into their organization. You can imagine the challenges that might include. From a siloed structure requiring extreme coordination across teams and teams that are brand new to the organization. Visma really needed an easy to onboard framework to help measure engineering performance, but also to help promote DevOps and these different practices. Visma had been measuring things and was looking for guidance out in the world. We've been measuring a bunch of engineering stuff. How do we know that we're on the right track? Well, they asked that question right around the same time that the book Accelerate was published. Now, you probably know that Accelerate is the research findings from DORA from the early years. So that book is a summation of all of the early research. And so with Accelerate, they found the DORA metrics and they found all of the DORA capabilities. And they really used that to help drive their organizational transformation. And this is, again, it's a journey. It's not something that Visma has done overnight. And in fact, it's something that they have been dedicated to for a very long time. Look at that first measurable impact. Their deployment frequency improved from an average of 6 times per year in 2015 to less than a day today. That is absolutely incredible. And it is a testament to the idea that this is a journey that we're all on together. There isn't necessarily a destination. It's a journey of continuous improvement, or as we always say at DORA, getting better at getting better. So congratulations to Visma. You can read other of their great measurable impacts there. And let's see if we have someone from Visma here on the call today to say something.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much to the Google team and the DORA team actually for this recognition and award. We really appreciate it. And as you mentioned, like we have been looking for similar research that can sort of drive our engineering performance forward. And I also wanted to thank everyone for the great work that you're doing at DORA and the community. There was really amazing stories to hear today, and all the discussions that we have during the meetups, etc. And also, due to time, I just want to give a big shout out to the architecture and technology team and the Visma Cloud Delivery Model team and all the awesome folks and teams in Visma actually for driving this initiative and shaping actually the society through technology as we do. So thank you very much for this award and recognition, and see you next year, I guess.
Yeah.
And last but not least, our winner for unleashing the full power of the cloud goes to Buildertrend. And Buildertrend's story is all about scaling for growth, which, of course, all of our teams here know that it's sometimes easy to start scrappy with small teams, but then growing and making that successful for your customers is the big target that you want to hit. And that's why Buildertrend wanted to create a cloud native platform based on Cloud Run and Private Service Connect and some of our services with Google Cloud. So impact in terms of for Buildertrend was deployment frequency going from 2 times a week to more than 3 times a day. Lead time changes reduces from very specific 3.74 days to 1.91 days. I love how the metrics are very specific, very targeted, very precise, because that is hard to do, but need to do in order to make full use of all the tools that you have, including your tools with Google Cloud. So I would like to invite Buildertrend, if they are still on, to say a few words, please. Yes, Rich.
Yeah, hi, Rich Kolaski. I want to accept this award on behalf of the whole product engineering division at Buildertrend. You know, this award, I think the results were built on sort of a Google Cloud framework, and shout out to our cloud engineering and SRE teams for building that. But it was really organizational transformation with kind of the DORA 4 keys as our North Star. You know, we were able to change behavior across all of our teams to start working to test more in isolation, and to just care more about the product that we were delivering. So we've gone, as you can see in the numbers, issues every day or every week to really issues being a surprise, and that allows us to focus on delivering value to our customers and as we like to say, sort of getting more turns at bat. So thank you, Google and DORA, for the award.
I love that idea of more turns at bat and having more opportunities to deliver value and delight your customers. That's really super awesome. Well, thank you all so much, and congratulations once again to all of our winners. It has been really a pleasure looking over and selecting, although it was difficult, selecting all of our award winners this year. Thank you very much for being so open and sharing your great accomplishments with the community. I know everyone here has been taking notes and has lots of great inspiration and things that they can take back to their teams. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the DORA community, where we continue these conversations about how do we help teams get better at getting better. Allison, it's been a real pleasure hosting with you today.
Yes, thank you, Nathan.